Yeah.
First day of 2-a-days, right? I mean, that's what do you start to learn from the guys during the 2-a-day?
I mean, as I get older, I don't love 2-a-days. They're all right. You know, you get something done. More interested in, you know, just the execution level of each practice. You know? We won't have many 2-a-days. Probably have about 3 of them. You know, it's pretty short by nature. I think what you get out of a 2-a-day now is the passing in the afternoon. You get a little more of that done. Focus on that a little bit. That's a positive, I guess. But sometimes the receivers are so gassed by the time you get to it, and their hams are so sore that it's not as productive as you'd like it to be. So, you know, from a 2-a-day standpoint, like I said, it's, you know, heavy installation. It helps you get your stuff in. But physically, I think it kind of buries you a little bit.
At this point, I know it's still early, but what are your biggest concerns?
Oh, depth up front. A couple guys got dinged up. All of a sudden, you know, you're just looking at, you know, you get 2 starters out of the O-line. You're like, man. So depth up front, huge concern to me. Looking for that playmaker outside in the receiver position. Something we got to, you know, it's got to start, you know, got to start seeing something.
Depth on both sides of the line concern after Adrian won't eat.
Yeah, I mean it's on both sides, but right now it's really up front, and you know we're dinged up a little bit already, and here you go, you know, and then all of a sudden your execution's down. It really shows up in 3rd down blitzes and things like that. You know, that's when it shows up. You're not very productive, you know. So, you know, and we just need some playmakers to show up outside as receiver positions, you know, catch the ball. You know.
Newman's out, but who's the other offensive lineman who's out?
Jamin was dinged up, and Witt got dinged up this morning, twisted his ankle. So, you know, nothing serious, but just enough to, you know, throw you some curveballs. But that's camp. I mean, it's going to happen. Nothing serious. That's good. You know, but it just takes your execution out. So.
And those are 2 of your younger guys, I guess. I mean, does that hurt a little more to have them out even for a couple days? Or?
You know what? I'm more concerned just about the gel of the 5 guys. You know, just, you know. But it's going to happen. It's football. Sometimes you get frustrated by it, especially early. It forces you to play a couple of younger guys in their position, which probably helps you down the road. But it's just frustrating when it's early on like this because those guys are swimming. So you know, you're getting guys in that don't function real well. So, and it really shows up like this afternoon in a you know, in a 3rd down blitz period. It just shows up like sore thumb. You can hide it in the run game a little bit.
How has Sean Boyle looked so far in the game?
Great. Yeah, he's doing real well.
Is he going to be someone you're going to have to depend on the chain?
Yeah, obviously he should be one of the better guys up front. You know, he's a good, proven player. He's having a nice camp. He's doing a good job.
You said Newman's banged up. I mean, how far has he come? I guess he's the guy that you know really didn't play much. Till
I think the guy that's really, you know, shown significant improvement right now is Witt.
Okay.
Whittingham has shown some significant improvement, and I think Jamin's shown some improvement too. And you know, he needs to keep coming. So you know, we got to get him back going. But that should happen short term here.
Well, what are your concerns with the receivers? Or is it you're not seeing the work ethic? You're not seeing
just gotta make plays, get open, catch the ball.
Right.
You know, I want to see that happen. But you know, the throw game's going to trail the run game a little bit. You know, it's going to happen. There's more timing and finesse to it. So just got to throw and catch more. You know, that's it.
Is there anybody reliable there right now on the receiving corps?
Yeah, I mean, Alderman's a reliable guy. He catches the ball, and Jalen Fitzpatrick's been making plays and catching the ball. You know, those are 2 guys that I think right now are starting to, you know, show you they're going to do that. Kind of know what they're doing and catch the ball. You know, that's happening. So it'll all keep coming. We'll get it there.
See, when are you going to have your first scrimmage?
Well, I mean, Saturday. You know, you know, the days of like real scrimmages aren't really there anymore. You know what I mean? Sort of. We kind of have one scheduled for Saturday, but we do a lot of that stuff in the body of practice. You know, like this morning we did. You know, true scrimmages, I guess Saturday. You know, if we're healthy enough. If you're not healthy enough, you might jockey that day around a little bit. All the days are the same to me now. They all just run on. You know what I mean? If it's not Saturday, it can be Monday or Friday or Tuesday. You know, so just want to make sure the weather's good and it's healthy and it's a good environment. And you know, but I kind of get the coaches off the field and let them today go a little bit, you know. So we call it move it. Put the ball down, move it. That's the scrimmage.
How different is different is this camp compared to last year's? And the reason why I'm saying that, it was your first year here. You know, you really didn't want to rock the boat too much. But now that this is, you know, your program and everyone knows it's your program, have you like raised the intensity level?
You know, the hardest thing about last year, you know, it was pretty intense last year. It wasn't so much about rocking anybody's boat. I could care less. Last year was really about trying to, you know, serve two different deals. You know, trying to figure out. You know, you had two veteran quarterbacks. What did they do best? You know, Coyer's unproven. You know, are you more of a conventional two-back, drop-back team? Is there any option? I wasn't comfortable with the option game with that team yet. That's where it's different right now. We know exactly what we're doing, and we do it exactly what we want to do. There's no hunting and pecking for who's the quarterbacks or this guy's this style, this guy's that style. We spent an awful lot of time with that last year. And that feels great not to be doing that right now, you know. So that feels, you know, that's good. So we're ahead that way.
Can you talk about Chris's progression from not only this time last year, but even just from the end of the season?
Well, he's just getting more and more comfortable. You know, he's getting comfortable as a starter, getting comfortable with the offense. And so is Juice. I mean, last year Juice was like a newcomer. Now Juice functions at a high level. I mean, these are two guys that are, you know, they're talented guys, and they're pretty comfortable in what they're doing. You know, so. And you know, I'm telling you, that's to me the biggest thing I'd say. If you say, what's the biggest difference? That piece right there is a big difference.
Talk about how Montel's fitting in so far in the backfield.
Great. I mean, he lines up. He and Matt, they're just two real strong players, man. Really good players. They know what they're doing. They're very reliable, and they're explosive playmakers.
What do you expect out of him in terms of production and usage?
I mean, those two guys are going to carry the rock. We're going to run the ball a lot, and they're going to carry the ball a lot. It's going to happen.
I mean, I wouldn't compare him directly to Bernard, but in terms of how much you use those two guys interchangeably, would you see that's somewhat of a comparison?
Yeah, we're not going to miss a beat running football. We're going to run the football real well. Just like we did a year ago, and maybe better. So that's going to happen. As long as we stay healthy up front.
You mentioned like with Granger last year, how long it took him to get everything. Is Newsome kind of in the same boat? And just it's going to take him.
I mean, you know, Kevin just got here, literally. I mean, he hasn't had a chance to, you know, digest anything. You know, so, you know, everything's new to him. The way we stretch is new to him. I mean, you know, it's a disadvantage, but he's done a great job of just trying to come in here and no ego, you know, just kind of learn. And he's done a good job with that. You can see him coming along now, you know. It'll take a while. It's just the way it is. I can't help it. He got here as fast as he could get here.
Is that tough for a guy? I mean, he's only got 2 years, so I mean, for him,
that's a lot of time. 2 years. A lot of things are going to happen in 2 days. Never mind 2 years. I mean, what you see today. I mean, I always look back as a coach, when you know, the grind of August and where you're at, and all of a sudden it's like the third week of September. It's completely different. I mean, there's just so much happens. You know, guys get hurt, guys get dinged up. You know, in a blink. You know, you go from a guy that didn't figure to a guy that is playing. So. Don't waste time on that thought process. Just get better every day and get a competitive excellence so when your number's called, you can perform.
How comfortable are you in the secondary with free safety and corner?
Well, I think we've got a good secondary. We got veteran corners, we've got a veteran safety, and then Vaughn Caraway's right now playing that other safety position, and he's played a lot of football here, so we're fine. Yeah.
Coach, I'm doing a sidebar just on how you're building the program with local players, and so I wanted to wait for beat writers to ask the question. Can you talk about that? How important is that? You know, I mean, be the king of Philadelphia.